Hello everyone, my name is Pilar. I'm part of the Rainbow Warrior 3.5 team. And today I want to make a video to talk to you about the symptoms of malnutrition and famine. Because from home, from the comfort of home, sitting on the sofa, watching TV, listening to the radio, it's easy to turn a blind eye when something makes us uncomfortable or feels like it's not our problem, as is the case with the genocide that is happening in Gaza. Most of us live in countries where we don't have that kind of problem of wars, killings, famine, and we think that is not going to happen to us. That places like Palestine, Iran, Pakistan, that those kinds of countries that are more underdeveloped are very far from us. That we are not going to suffer like them, and that therefore we shouldn't care. But it's not like that. It's not like that, because all those people who are suffering are people like us. They are human like us. And who knows, tomorrow maybe a war will break out in your country, in your city, and you start to live all that. Nobody can never imagine something like that. And with Gaza, it's very easy to look the other way, turn a deaf ear. Think, well, that's the politician problem, they'll solve it. And no, it's us, the people. We have to try to unite to be able to stop this killing. Because if we don't do it, it's clear that the politicians, the rich and the most powerful are not going to do anything. So I want to talk to you about the symptoms of malnutrition, famine. Because precisely, if you have never experienced it, it is more difficult to empathize with what is happening. Those of you who have joined the Global Fast for Life campaign in Gaza have already experienced a little of what this is like. Because from the first day and the second day, the 24 hours to 48 hours, the first symptoms that appear are obviously hunger, mild tiredness, irritability, difficulty concentration, an emotional breakdown, feeling totally lidless or anxious, and above all, a headache. Personally, I am fasting for 24 hours because for health reasons and because of my job, it is impossible for me to fast more because I put my life at risk. Well, just with those 24 hours, I get a tremendous migraine. It is very difficult to bear that pain if you are a sensitive person. From the third day to the fifth day, the body begins to burn fat to obtain energy. Hunger begins to decrease, at least it gives that slight sensation. Muscle weakness begins to exist. Dizziness is much more frequent, and anxiety and irritability increase. From the 6th to the 10th day, there begins to be a very evident weight loss. The muscles begin to hurt. Dizziness is now constant. Despite being hydrated, the skin and mouth become dry. Severe fatigue, problems like thinking clearly, and very abrupt mood swings. Intrusive negative thoughts begin to appear. Empiezan a haber pensamientos negativos intrusivos. From day 11 to 20, the degradation of muscle proteins intensifies, including organs. Muscular atrophy begins to occur. Hair becomes weak and begins to fall out. Blurred vision, hypothermia, feeling of cold, sensations of palpitation or a slow heartbeat. The immune system weakens, making infection easier to contract, and excessive sleepiness and quite serious apathy begins.
Y ya empieza a haber un sueño excesivo y una apatía bastante grave.
Depression may develop through these states of malnutrition. Since the 21st day onwards, especially from the 30th, since the month, without eating, the body begins to consume organs. Organ failures begin such as the kidneys or liver due to lack of protein. Edema or swelling appears. Difficulty moving and speaking due to lack of energy. Total loss of mental capacity. Some people may have delusion or hallucinations. The appearance of ulcers, irregular heartbeat due to the weakness of the body, and as I said before, liver failure or kidney failure, or even both may appear. Even heart problems, such as heart attacks.
Pueden aparecer incluso problemas cardíacos como infartos.
And since the month onwards, life runs risk, danger. Is in imminent danger, depending on the person, can live more or less time without eating. The normal is between 30 and 60 days, but obviously there are people who have overcome that. If I remember correctly, there was a Palestinian who went on a hunger strike and went 66 days without eating. This person is still alive because in the end he had to stop the hunger strike, and there is data of people who have lived much longer. But it all depends on the person's constitution, the previous health, muscle mass, and fat that they have. 𝐤𝐬𝐬 is living this right now of his own decision to his hunger strike. But a Palestinian or a person who is living in Gaza at the moment, their symptoms, especially mental, are much worse. Because imagine, it's not that you don't want to eat because you decided. It's because there is nothing to eat. And if you go out on the street, you see your entire city destroyed. If you go in search of food, they shoot you, they kill you. Imagine seeing your neighbors, your friends, your family die unjustly shot with bullets, with that constant hunger, not having anything to put in your mouth, and be thankful if you have drinkable water, because without water you can simply live up to 7 days at most. It is very hard for those people. Imagine the desperation, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, all those negative feelings that they are experiencing inside. Imagine for a moment that in your city, in your town, where you live, looking out your window and seeing all the streets destroyed, the people you know dead, that no one can help you, and those who can are not even willing to do. So we have to empathize with the people of Gaza, and we have to fight for them because they are totally defenseless, and that is why we have to unite all. Register on our website, please. We don't ask for anything more than the name, the city, and the country where you are from, and an email if you want to receive information about this campaign. We are not spamming. The only thing we send is the email of the visual campaign that we ask you if you want and can upload a photo with a sign that says Fasting for Gaza with the hashtag Fast for Gaza and upload it to your social media and tag us or send it directly to our email.
No os pedimos nada más.
We don't ask for anything else. There is no need to sacrifice yourself as Grian is doing. You don't have to fast. We need a list of people who want to fight for Gaza, who are willing to speak, to not be silenced, to shout for Gaza. So we can present it to politicians and make them listen to us, so they can see that we are hundreds of people who don't agree with the way they are managing the massacre that Netanyahu is carrying out, and those of us who want solutions to be found. Sorry for the long video. Thank you for watching it, for listening to these words, for supporting us, and please, join us.